Bomb. You know him, he's the black Angry Bird that explodes. He has appeared in almost every single game, show, and most media relating to the Angry Birds franchise, and is known as a fan favourite, and one of my personal favourites as well. He is known for being a kind-hearted bird, but if you get him angry, he will explode. He also likes to eat ice cream. And today, I'm going to go over the history of the character and his major appearances and designs in every game, show, movie, and short he's in. Well, the majority of all the relevant ones at least. So the most logical place to start would be the very first game, Angry Birds, released in 2009. Here, Bomb looked like this with a white spot, and as you know, he explodes when you tap the screen or just leave him for a few seconds. He turns red when he explodes due to the heat, as he's a bomb, and that's how they work, I assume at least, I don't know because I've never made a bomb. Anyway, Bomb wasn't originally going to look like this. The original 2009 loading screen for the game, which was only there for a couple months, shows this big grey bird which was confirmed to be an early version of Bomb. A lot of people nowadays like to treat him as his own thing, calling him the original name of Greybird, and I would like it if he did return to the franchise as his own character. In fact, there was almost a chance of this happening. A few months ago, the Angry Birds Twitter account did a thing where the Blues took over, and they asked who else would you want to take over the account, with the whole fanbase coming together to ask for Greybird to come back. They did say they were going to do it eventually, but pussied out because modern Angry Birds physically cannot do anything the fans actually want. Before the game came out, Bomb was also going to have this design where he has like little dots similar to how Red and some of the other birds have, but they cut it before the game came out because it just looks nicer without them there, and I do agree with that. The cinematic for the first game, which came out in early 2010, has this unique art style for it. Bomb is featured in the trailer, and here is what he looks like in it, but he doesn't really do anything of note. Bomb would also later appear in Seasons in October 2010 and Rio in May of 2011, both with the same power and design as in Classic. However, you may have noticed that Bomb so far has appeared with a white spot on his forehead, and he does not have it in any recent media with the franchise. And for the longest time, a reason wasn't really given at Rovio. A lot of people assumed it was due to wanting to avoid racist stereotypes. However, that was not actually the case, as last year one of the original people that worked on Angry Birds confirmed that the spot was never actually meant to be there. It was just on the concept art to show reflection and wasn't meant to be a part of the actual character design, but the sprite artist got confused and drew it as a part of him anyway, and it just stuck. However, it was slowly phased out as time went on. The first game to have it removed was Angry Birds Friends in the Winter 2012 tournament. The reason they probably made this be the first game to remove it is because they added a Santa Bomb power-up for this update who didn't have the spot, so they probably figured it would be a good time to remove it for regular Bomb as well. The second game to remove it would be the original game, which had the spot removed during Red's Mighty Feathers 2 update in September of 2013. The third game to have it removed was Seasons in the Arctic Expedition update on December 1st, 2013. And finally, Rio would be the final game to have it removed in the Rocket Rumble update of December 18th, 2013. I also stalked the Angry Birds Facebook to see when the last time Bomb's white spot would appear on official artwork, not counting this Toons poster of course. The last time he was posted with the white spot was on February 19th, 2012 to promote the King Sling in the then recent game Angry Birds Friends. If we look at a post just 2 days later on the 21st, we can see the spot is gone and is nowhere to be seen on any piece of artwork on Angry Birds Facebook ever again, at least by what I could find. I also find it funny how the spot was lost during the same advertising campaign for the same game in the span of 2 days. This wasn't the first appearance of Bomb without the spot though. That surprisingly was on August 9th of 2011 in this post. And yeah, I wouldn't have expected this of all posts to be the first, considering we have the original cutscene background used from 2009 to 2011, where if you've seen these cutscenes, they're very much not representative of modern Angry Birds with this weird shark and the bird just looking a bit weird, but it's quite funny I guess. But yeah, going forward, he doesn't have the spot in any mainland game or anything really. It may have appeared in some random web game or some other shit after this, but I'm just going to count December 17th, 2013 being the final appearance of the spot, which was the day before the Rocket Rumble update came out in Rio. Interestingly though, the spot was going to make a reappearance in the 2022 remake of the original game, Rovio Classics Angry Birds, as we can see it on the early screenshots of the dev diary, and even in the original launch trailer, but the spot never actually appeared in game itself. And it seems to be removed last minute, seeing as if you look at the sprite close enough, you can see they just coloured it over in dark green paint, not even black. I don't know why. If they were going to do this, they could have just at least used the sprites that already existed of Bomb without the spot, or just at least coloured it with black. Why dark green? It really doesn't make any sense, but it's Rovio Classic Angry Birds, it doesn't have to make sense. But yeah, this is it for the white spot, I promise. I'm sorry if you're all white spotted out, but back to the rest of Bomb's history. So in 2011, they made this poster to celebrate the release of Mighty Eagle, and we can see the birds in their combo designs, with this being the first time we ever see Bombs. And for some reason he has a pink fuse and eyebrows, and I have no idea why they did this. We can also see that he surprisingly has no spot here, unlike his normal design at the time. Though on 20th of July 2011, the Summer Picnic short film would be released, which would be the final animation to showcase the combo designs. Here, we can see Bomb that looks much more accurate to his normal design, and actually we can see the foundation for his Dunes design here. Here is Bomb in the Summer Picnic trailer in July of 2011, then the Try Kiss Pepper advert from September 2011, then Wreck the Halls in December 2011, then finally one of the first short films to use the Toons designs, the Angry Birds Space Cinematic, released in March of 2012. Yeah, I know Hammerween and Wreck the Halls use Toons designs, but the art style on both is slightly different to anything in Angry Birds Toons, whereas you have the Dragon, Riddle Shore, and the Space Trailer look exactly like early episodes from the show, so I have no problem calling these the first proper appearance of the designs and not Wreck the Halls or Hammerween. Anyway, Bomb's next appearance in a major game would be Space in March of 2012. Here he is known as Firebomb, and he explodes like in any other game, but seems to be more powerful than any of the ones in the previous games, and that's fair enough. Angry Birds Star Wars would also come out in November 2012, where Bomb would play Obi-Wan Kenobi with his power being the Force. You tap the screen anywhere and Obi-Wan Kenobi will push anything in his way using the Force. The game would also get a prequel in 2013 where we see a young Obi-Wan, as well as Mace Windu and Zeb, all being played by Bomb. And funny enough, I'm pretty sure Mace Windu Bird would be the first bird to ever speak in any official Angry Birds media. This was during the Game Awards in 2012, 1 year before Mace Windu Bird would even appear in Angry Birds Star Wars 2.
What? Those Empire bastards stole our eggs? Our eggs?
Bomb's first appearance on a TV show would be Angry Birds Toons Season 1 Episode 10, Off Duty. This episode shows Matilda getting worried about Red as he is guarding the eggs non-stop, so she suggests he take a break while she, the Blues, Chuck and Bomb guard the eggs. When he goes on this break, all he can do is think about the eggs. Meanwhile, the other birds slack off and get the eggs stolen, so Red comes back and saves the day. Honestly, Bomb doesn't get used very much in Toons, at least compared to Red, Matilda, the Blues, or especially Chuck and Kingpig. I'm pretty sure those two are the real main characters of the show. He does have a few spotlight episodes though, such as Bomb's Awake, where he sleepwalks with the eggs and the Blues have to make sure neither of them get in harm's way, or Super Bomb, where Bomb wants to be a superhero after reading comics, so he gets a cape before hijinks ensue and it all goes wrong. The show would get an art style change starting with the 13th episode of Season 1, Gardening with Terrence. Here's a comparison of Bomb before and after, and honestly he doesn't really look too different. In Angry Birds Classic, Bomb would get a spotlight episode on November 26, 2013. It was on a short fuse. Here, Bomb gets a cool new electric form, known as Shockwave. He got the power by a pipe leak at a Piggy laboratory, which gave him electric powers. Shockwave Bomb is so cool, and much better than the regular Bomb. The only episode Shockwave would natively appear in would be Short Fuse. He wasn't even in the Short Fuse inspired levels in Flock Favorites, but he could be used in any episode as a power-up. You press the Shockwave button and the current bird on the slingshot hops off and is replaced with a Shockwave. This power-up would later be added to Angry Birds Seasons during the Ham Dunk update of October 9th, 2014, and later, in February 2015, during the Ham Dunk All-Star update, Shockwave would get a red variant to sponsor State Farm, but this version was later removed. To advertise the original Short Fuse update in November of 2013, a short cinematic was made which shows Bomb raging at Angry Birds Classic, before getting so mad he unleashes a Shockwave and destroys all the piggies inside the game. December 11, 2013 is when Angry Birds Go would launch worldwide. Here we got to see Bomb's first appearance as a 3D model, as well as him wearing this helmet in 2D art. In the game, Bomb's power would be hit explode, and any racers near him would get spun out for a short while. The High Dive update would release for Rio in February of 2014. This would change the art style of all Rio 2 levels to look like Toons, and here's Bomb's design in that art style. June 12, 2014 would see the worldwide launch of Angry Birds Epic, a turn-based RPG. Bomb appears as the fourth character you unlock, and he plays the role of a pirate. He would also appear in a lot of other games throughout 2015, such as Angry Birds 2, where he'd have his usual power, Angry Birds Fight, and even Angry Birds Pop. He was originally a guest character in that game, but became permanent and replaced Poppy in Beat the Clock in 2016. Bomb's next major appearance would be on May 13, 2016, in the Angry Birds movie. Here, he's one of the two protagonists of the movie, along with Chuck. He has a character arc of controlling his explosion so they can be useful to a situation, rather than just exploding randomly and annoying everyone around him. He is mainly used as a dumb comic relief character, which I don't mind too much, as that's kind of how he was portrayed in Toons as well. However, he was also portrayed in Toons as a cool guy who everyone looked up to, apart from Chuck, who would be jealous of him. He doesn't have that factor here, and it kinda never really appears again in any other media, which is kinda sad. He also appeared in a bunch of movie-style games like Action in 2016 and Evolution and Match in 2017, and some self-launched games, but they don't matter for this video. Yes, even Football, my beloved. In 2017, Angry Birds Friends would get a design update inspired by the Toons designs, and here's what Bomb looked like in it. And Angry Birds Reloaded, a remake of the original game, Seasons in Space, released in 2021, would also feature a similar design. Here is what he looked like in Reloaded, normally and space. He's also a major character in the 2018 YouTube series, Angry Birds on the Run, where he was portrayed as a TCC plush. He would also appear in the second movie on August 2nd, 2019, where he would act similarly to the first movie, albeit given less focus and not even an arc this time around. He would also appear in the YouTube series made to promote the second movie, titled Angry Birds Makerspace, which looked hideous. Its second season looked much nicer though. The second movie also got a tie-in game known as Angry Birds Pop Blast, where Bomb appears both normally and in his space design, which is the first time we've seen it in movie form, and so far only. Bomb would even be turned into a baby in Angry Birds Dream Blast in 2019 and its show Bubble Trouble in 2020. He would even be seen in Angry Birds Slingshot Stories to promote the 10th anniversary in 2020. And he'd even get his own Christmas short film in December of 2021, where he'd go around spreading holiday cheer in Bomb's Christmas. He would become a baby yet again for Angry Birds Journey in January of 2022, and a teenager in Angry Birds Summer Madness in that same month. And that's it for all of Bomb's major appearances. Yeah, the final few were a bit of a downer, I know, but that doesn't mean we can't remember all of his great appearances throughout the years. What was your favourite appearance of him? Subscribe and like the video. Good